Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. It is Friday. What is it? Friday, January 30th, 2026. And welcome to our last day's live stream. When I tell you that everything came against me before I came on here, that is not an exaggeration. All day I've been trying to get a bunch of things organized for this weekend and getting tonight organized, and it's just been a lot coming against me, even my own slumber, and trying to stay focused, but I'm too spiritually discernful. I know what this is. It's the enemy attacking, coming against what I know I should do. So here we are, finally. I'm a pinch tardy, but we're gonna do this. So prophetic voices in music. This is gonna, you know what? I think this is gonna be. This might be an intro. I'm not sure actually, because even as I was writing this, I was surprised by some of the stuff that I was being shown when it comes to some prophetic music that I received over the last many years. And so tonight I'm going to share quite a handful of them actually. So that's what I'm getting into. Song messages. This is nothing new for me. I've shared these for quite a while. But I think the Lord is showing me something specific tonight, because we're going to rewind back 10 years. There were some specific ones that were highlighted for me from 10 years ago that I received, and I feel like that is something to pay attention to. So I'm going to share that here shortly. But I'm going to start with some that I have shared probably more than once. I know a few of these as I was looking at them. I remember I shared this one several times. This one too, and this one, and this one, and definitely this one. So I have about 5. I have 5 songs that have obviously repeatedly been shown to me and I've been reminded about. And so I'm going to start with trying to see if I wrote down the dates on these. Yep, I wrote down all the dates. Except this one. So this first one that I'm going to share, I didn't have a specific date, and I went back to my blog to try and find it, but I didn't see a date. I saw when I got it, which was the summer of 2018. Hi everybody, good to see y'all. Welcome in the chat. It's literally, it just have it under summer. And I think the reason why is because in 2018 I had a flood of messages. So I really didn't have a lot of time to write them down, like the dates, but you know, because they were coming so fast at me. So, but that's interesting that it says summer only and not a specific date. So I'm paying attention to this. And the song is Midnight on the Earth by St. Paul and the Broken Bones. Again, I've shared this song many times over the last 8 years, I guess it's been now. Midnight on the Earth. So it's a title message. It's a little bit of a lyrical message as well. Now, mind you, I got this in 2018. So it was midnight on the Earth in 2018. So we're almost a decade later. And we are definitely seeing a lot of the darkness that has befallen the Earth. And the gross darkness that has gripped the people, the minds, the hearts of the people. By the way, when I'm sharing this, sometimes I don't know what to expect, y'all, because these are, to me, just as serious and important as if I were to receive a prophetic message, because I feel like there's a lot of depth and meaning in these songs, and they're pointing to something that we need to pay attention to. So, and I definitely feel a little more somber tonight when I'm sharing this, especially as I was being reminded back in 2016, which I'll share here shortly. So, Midnight on the Earth. Many of you know, and I feel like we're already in a time where it's just obvious. It's not even like some people can see things are getting worse and some people don't. It's like everyone can see it now. So yes, that's what the song was. It was a warning that things were going to get where they are now. So the next one is that I want to share, and these are the ones that, like I said, I've shared them several times. Like, they come back to my spirit often, and there's always a reason for this. They're reminders to keep me sober-minded, to remind me of the times we're in, keep us sober-minded. Hi everybody, good to see you. Thanks for saying hello. Summer of 2018, and then on March 26th of 2019, I received Witness the Change by Pete Shelley. I've shared the song a lot as well. This is one of those songs for me that I knew the song, I knew the artist before, but when I received it as a song message, it really affected me. And mind you, this was right before COVID and everything hit, the year before. So, and the year I call 2020 the year thrown upside down. But I felt in my spirit when I got this song that we were literally on the brink of everything being different, and certainly within that year it was. So, Witness the Change by Pete Shelley. Again, I'm not going to play any of these songs for copyright reasons, and just to, I'm very, a lot of you guys know this about me. I'm very big on supporting the artists and giving credit to artists where it is due and where it belongs. So I'm just going to list the songs basically, but you're welcome to go listen to them. And in fact, I encourage you to go listen to them. Okay, so that's the second one. The third one is Hit the North by the Fall. Hit the North by the Fall is one that I received in April 12th. I wrote the date down. 2018. This song was interesting because I received it with a scripture. And I think that was the first time that happened to me, where I literally got a song message that connected to prophetic scripture. And actually, I want to see if I can find it. Hold on one second. Because it might be interesting. I haven't read this in a long time, so let's just see where we go here. Yeah, it's Daniel 11. So, Daniel 11 is a prophetic passage of scripture. It is talking about the kings of the south and the kings of the north. So, when I got this song, it's about war. I knew it was about war when I first got it. And again, mind you, when I get song messages, it's not necessarily literal what's in the song itself. Sometimes it's a title message, sometimes it's lyrical, but also always it's revelatory and prophetic. So I'm going to read just this little passage. I'm going to read just a small passage. This is Daniel 11, chapter 40. Wow, that's crazy. So 40 is the number of testing in Bible numeric. So let's see. At the time of the end, the king of the south shall attack him, but the king of the north shall rush upon him like a whirlwind, with chariots and horsemen, and with many ships. And he shall come into countries, and shall overflow and pass through. He shall come into the glorious land, and tens of thousands shall fall, but these shall be delivered out of his hand. Edom and Moab, and the main parts of the Ammonites. He shall stretch out his hand against the countries, and the land of Egypt shall not escape. He shall become ruler of the treasures of gold and of silver, and all the precious things of Egypt. And the Libyans and the Cushites shall follow in his train. But news from the east and the north shall alarm him, and he shall go out with great fury to destroy and devote many to destruction. And he shall pitch his palatial tents between the sea and the glorious holy mountain. Yet he shall come to his end, and none will help him. Okay, so just FYI, there's actually so much more in this, and I would read it. I would encourage you to read this. Daniel 11, and I'm sure at some point I'm going to get into prophetic scriptures. It's actually been quite a long time since I've done any kind of Bible studies on prophetic scriptures, but I promise I will be doing this in somewhat near future. But yes, so the song was Hit the North by the Fall, in correlation with Daniel 11, and there's more to come. I'm going to leave it at that because I have so much more. Okay, so that's the third one. The fourth one is, and actually I'm going by the dates on these specific 5. So the fourth one is Deeper Underground by Jamiroquai. Again, I've shared this a lot. And I remember when I got it, this was May 4th of 2015. This song for me, there's so many layers to this song, you guys, because there's, in the song itself, it talks about New York, it talks about violence, it talks about, and really I think it's in the context of the film that the song was for, but as I've been thinking about this, or as I was writing this, what stood out to me about this is the concept of going underground. And actually, I think that's another song message by The Jam, Going Underground. But it's this idea of scaling back and pulling back from the mainstream, the norm, the status quo, the things as normal. So just take that with you and see what the Lord reveals to you about it. It's number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, and so the fifth one that I've received and been reminded of quite a bit is Israel by Susie and the Banshees. And I got this one in September 14th of 2016. The song itself lyrically is it's very deep, it's very emotional, at least for me it is. And I think if I recall correctly, oh no, sorry, that's another song message, I'm confusing the two. It's another Susie song message that I got, which is Cities and Dust. Cities and Dust, I believe, was written in connection to Pompeii. But this one is, obviously it's very relevant, it's still very relevant even today. And what I will say about this, because I know the topic of Israel is kind of a hot button topic right now, but what I'm going to say about it and where I'm coming from with this is, in the prophetic scriptures, Jerusalem specifically is considered the Holy Land, and it is a coveted land for the people in the Middle East. It has always been, it will always be, and there's a reason for it. It is set apart, it is holy, it is sanctified. There's so much spiritual layers to this, but I'm going to save this because I'm going to get into this more when I share the prophetic studies, because there's a lot, you guys. There's so much, and I really have a lot more songs I want to share. So this was the fifth one of the ones that I hear all the time, or that I get reminded of a lot. So what else did I have up here in this section? I have a couple more, and then we're going to get into the year 2016, some that were highlighted for me. So the next one is Robots by Kraftwerk, which I received in May of 2017. Around that time, I was really paying attention to kind of like, at least what was publicly shared about technology and transhumanism and the weird things that some people were bringing out. And I was very intrigued and scared about this concept of having the chips in our bodies. So yeah, I got this song in relation to transhumanism, basically. Robots by Kraftwerk. And that's a whole, like, y'all, we could do a whole study on this, because there's a lot that's, and certainly in the last almost 10 years, there's a lot that has happened. And I will boldly say that there are, that not all of us are human anymore. It's not funny. It's not funny, actually. It's actually quite scary to think about this. But, yeah, this is where things are going. This is the scary part of the last days is, and you guys see it all the time, AI's taking over. And, you know, fake is real and real is fake, and everything's a mess. Complete and utter mess. But let us not profess that we are the robots. They are the robots. Okay, moving on. Whew, this one's a little hard to share. So, Intergalactic by the Beastie Boys. I got this October 15th, 2015. So that year, I was very much in tune, and I still am. I haven't recently kept up as much, other than the fact that I feel like we're inching closer to these things happening. But this year in 2015 was, I don't know if you guys remember this. Some of you might remember this if you pay attention to space weather. If you're a sky nerd, you pay attention to space weather, you are in tune with what is going on with our planet, our solar system. Because you guys, this is not something we talk about enough, but there is a lot going on with, and again, getting back into the prophetic overview of what's coming, this is a huge part of this. But the song Intergalactic, I got it after I was reading about the Halloween asteroid, and I forgot what it was called. There's this, like, it has its own number or whatever, but at the time it was called the Halloween asteroid, and it was literally, like, I remember them having an article with a picture of it, and it looked like a skull, which was crazy and hilarious. And who knows, maybe at that time, maybe it was photoshopped, I don't know. But intergalactic is referencing the cosmic collision. That's what it's referencing. And it's, like I said, this one's hard to share because these things are coming. Okay, so let's move on to 2016. So 2016 is obviously 10 years ago. I don't know why these specific songs of that year, and I did have quite a lot more, but these are the ones that were highlighted for me as I was writing this literally half an hour ago, 45 minutes ago. But I'm going to share what I feel in my spirit as I'm reading them, because this is kind of where I feel we're being shown something through these songs. A lot of these songs might be familiar to you if you're a little bit older, and some of them you may have never heard of. But again, I welcome you to listen if you feel led in your spirit to understand a little bit more. And I'm sure a lot of you hear music as well prophetically, and I would love to hear from you if you do, and what the Lord is showing you right now. So I did put these, again, I did put these in order from the time of the year that I got them. So the first song that I got in 2016 was on February 4th of 2016, and it was Music by Madonna. Madonna, most of us know who she is. She, certainly when I was little, I loved Madonna. Like, I loved her songs, and I had, I think it was my second vinyl that I had, was her, Like a Virgin record, which is crazy because I was very little, but my parents got it for me. I must have really, like, I love Madonna, she's so awesome. And Thriller was my first one, by the way. Thriller by Michael Jackson was my first record ever. No surprise, because I'm a Halloween baby, so. But Music by Madonna. What I want to share. Oh, you guys, give me a second. One of the quotes that she is known for is saying that she wanted to rule the world. I can't remember who she was interviewing with, but they asked her something along the lines of, what do you hope to accomplish, or what is, and she said to rule the world. Now, the interesting thing is, she has absolutely led the torch in the pop, especially female pop artist genre. Um, so in a very, very, very crazy way, she has done this. She has accomplished this. Um, if you think back to the 70s, even in pop music, um, there was a different atmosphere. There was a different atmosphere in music with female artists in the 70s. But I feel like it was the 80s, and she had a lot to do with this that changed that trajectory, to bring stardom and idolism, is that a word? To bring the celebrity into play in the music scene, the mainstream music. So, you guys, there's so much here. I want to say so much. I really, really do. I'm going to say this in a very kind and respectful way, because I've been shown some stuff that is hard to publicly release, but she has done what she came to do. Okay? So, February 2nd. Oh no, I'm sorry. Hers was February 1st. So the next song is February 4th, 2016. And it is Give Me the Night by George Benson. This is, I can't remember if this is a 70s or 80s song, or like that in between disco and disco pop sound. It's actually a cute song. I like it. I've always liked that song. But the message behind it is not so cute. Because I remember when I got this, the Lord was showing me a lot about this darkness that was coming over, and especially through music. That music was sort of the door in a lot, and it still is actually. It's very dark right now in the music world, especially mainstream stuff. And I don't listen to, I really don't. I couldn't tell you who are the famous artists right now. But this was something that I was being shown, is that this was sort of the portal to this night that's covering the land. Okay? Hollywood Freaks by Beck. That's just another confirmation to the whole celebrity Hollywood disaster, sickness, and I don't have a date on here, so I'm wondering if it was the same day that I got all these. I think it is. But yeah, fame is scary. It's a dark place to be. Emergency on Planet Earth by Jamiroquai. A lot of Jamiroquai during this time, because I was kind of revisiting some of his stuff. And I, obviously the title, Emergency on Planet Earth, the Lord was already showing me that we were going very quickly into this space. And I feel like that's all-encompassing. That's like with the people, with the planet itself, that we were hitting this apex of things are going crazy and they're going down. Okay, so moving on to October, I got three specific songs the same day. And actually, I never really looked back to see if they're connected or not, but I'm going to do that now. The first one is And You Will Know Us by the Trail of Dead, Totally Natural. Actually, they are connected now that I'm looking at them. The second one is Avenged Sevenfold, the stage. Okay, so by the way, I heard of the band Avenged Sevenfold. I don't really know their music, to be honest. And when I got this song, I remember this specifically because I thought it was very strange, and I didn't know what I was going to be shown. But I actually watched this video, and I did not listen to the music because I was told specifically don't listen to it, just watch the video. And the video was crazy. It was kind of disturbing. But what I remember from the video was that it was this sort of like theater, like I don't know what you call it. Like, imagine like a, I'm sure there's a word for it, you guys, but it's escaping me. But like, imagine you're going to like a circus or a carnival or something like that, and you go into this little, like a little theater, but it's like, there's like hay or like dirt, you know, it's not like a theater that we think like, you know, professional stage or whatever. It's one of those. And I remember, and you guys can correct me because it's been a while, I literally have never seen this video outside of this one time. But so I'm speaking from memory, but in the video there's an audience, obviously, and the performers are kind of being held by strings, and actually at the end of the video it kind of shows you this like tier and hierarchy of control. But the puppets, okay, that are performing are, and of course this was 10 years ago, so they're probably, I don't even remember who they were. I do remember one of them was a president's wife, and but I just remember how I felt when I was watching this. I felt kind of scared, like, and these people in the audience were like scared too. Like, they were intrigued and they were enthralled, but they were also, you could see that there was fear. But the video, there are these elites, I'm going to put it that way, that are on strings, and they're kind of being controlled to do the performance, and everybody's watching. And then, of course, at the end, you kind of see who's controlling the strings, and it's the Grim Reaper. So that's a little disturbing. And so the third song in this 3 songs that I got on this October 14th was, I actually got 2 songs by the same artist. So it was Tripping on a Hole in a Paper Heart and Wicked Garden by Stone Temple Pilots. So there's a connection here, you guys. And again, a lot of why I'm sharing is because you are going to be shown something. It's going to be revealed to you as you're receiving it. And that's my hope, actually, is that when you're receiving this, a lot of these songs, you know, probably that the Lord is showing you something, because we all have puzzle pieces. I'm only sharing what I've seen, what I know. You have another puzzle piece as you're receiving it, or as you share what you know. So take that into consideration as you're listening to what I'm imparting, what I'm sharing. What else? I guess I didn't put any more dates on these, but so these are in sequential order in terms of the time frame of the year. So after this, I wrote Collapsing New People by Fad Gadget. What's interesting about this song, you guys, now again, mind you, I got this in 2016, right? At the time when I received it, I was thinking, okay, people that are asleep, people that aren't awake, they don't see what's really going on behind what we're being shown. They can't discern in between the lines of the narratives, you know, collapsing new people. But as I am looking at it now, I haven't heard it in a while actually, but I'm really seeing that this title message is literally this divine alignment that happened in 2021. Okay, so this was a foreshadowing, I guess, in a sense. And how could I have known that, right? Like 2016, everything was relatively normal, dare I say, or at least on the surface, things were normal or looked normal or felt normal. Well, they didn't feel normal, not to me at that time, but they looked normal, right? But collapsing new people beginning in 2021, this divine alignment where people were going to start being and acting and relating and functioning in a very strange way. Like, and it's only gotten worse since 2021. The love of many has grown so cold. It's diabolical. It's scary. I've, even at work, I've had to remember that as much as I love people, as much as I like to be friendly and kind and outgoing and everything, there are some people that are very, very oppressed by dark spirits, and it's crazy, y'all. It's scary. So yeah, collapsing new people by Fat Gadget. Okay, the next one is Killing in the Name of by Rage Against the Machine. Again, these are all 2016. So we're probably somewhere in the fall at this point of 2016. Yeah, that song is very prophetic in and of itself. It's very powerful, and it just highlights the times that we're in. The next one is Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Wow, you guys, we're going for a long time. Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears. We are in the beginning stages of the global control. I think we already know this. I think it's already been publicly announced in some ways. But yes, this is prophecy coming to fruition. This global control. This is the setup for the Antichrist reign. There is going to be someone who is going to bring order to the chaos. This is why there's chaos, by the way. The chaos is designed to bring the need for peace and safety. I'm quoting scripture, by the way, if you don't know. And security and peace and safety and security. Because after all, we need peace, don't we? This is why I'm teaching you. Peace is a spiritual fruit. You cannot find it in this world. It comes from the Spirit of God, who is peace himself. So you must know this for yourself. I urge you now, if you don't. There is only one who can bring peace, and that is the Prince of Peace, the Spirit of Peace. And I pray, if you're watching this, I don't care when you're watching this, if you're watching it live with me now, or you're watching it 10 years from now, although I feel like that's a stretch, because I feel like we're super close, like closer than 10 years, you guys, and I don't say that lightly at all, but that you understand that some of this has to happen to fulfill the prophecies, okay? And we are seeing the signs, like, more than we ever have before. They're here. The signs are here. It's everywhere. It's undeniable. But so everybody wants to rule the world. This is pointing completely and directly to one world, a one world leader. The Antichrist. Okay. And actually there's more to that, because with that comes one world currency, one world religion, all of it. It's going to happen in stages, but it's also going to happen simultaneously, interwovenly. That's probably the better description. It might not happen simultaneously. In fact, it's already been unraveling and unveiling itself. But the next one is It's the End of the World and Orange Crush by R.E.M. It's the end of the world. It's the end of the, I think the song says it's the end of the world as we know it, right? And then Orange Crush is, sorry y'all, my battery. Orange Crush is, I think that song's about war. So I found that very powerful that I got the two at the same time. War is obviously imminent. We've known this for quite some time, actually. And when I say war, I'm talking about World War III. I'm talking about like world war. Obviously, wars are everywhere. We see that war is everywhere. But I'm talking about World War III. Battle Flag by wait a minute. Yeah. Battle Flag by, I think they're called Low Fidelity All Stars. I didn't write the name down. And then Durand, well actually Arcadia does Election Day. Arcadia, Election Day, and wait a minute, 2016. Y'all, by the way, I'm not a big politics person. I know enough to know what I need to know, but I don't immerse myself in the political realm at all. It's never been something that I've been drawn to or intrigues me. So you guys might have to tell me who was president. 2016, who was president, or who was going to be elected, or who was running? That's a better question. Who was running in 2016, you guys? Does anybody know? If you do, leave a comment or hop in the chat, because this is pertinent, actually, because there's a reason that, again, this is being highlighted. 2016, a decade ago. But yeah, now I want to know. I'm curious. Let me know. Who was it? Who is it? And then another one that I got two songs together. Is There Something I Should Know? By Duran Duran. Is there something I should know? I love that song, by the way. Duran Duran. And then lastly, from that 2016 year that was highlighted to me for this video is Let Love Rule by Lenny Kravitz. You guys, if you have love, you have everything you need. And I mean the true love. By the way, this is a segue. I'm going to be teaching on love next month. I did a series back in 2022. The Lord is paralleling and highlighting a lot for me from 4 years ago. And so I'm gonna do a new series on, it's gonna be called the Love Series. I may draw from my old series a little bit, but the Lord wants us to know some things. Love and honor. That was what 2022 was, the year of love and honor. And excuse, he's highlighting love and honor again, but love specifically, obviously, for February. And I'm excited about that. I actually kind of have my outline already, and I'm going to be writing here this weekend. But let love rule. Okay? If you have love, you have everything. You have everything. And with more, you can handle just about everything if you have true godly love. Because these times we're in are too much. They're too much for us. And by the way, I've shared this, and I will continue to share this because it's so vital for your well-being. You must, this is an encouragement and an exhortation. You must unplug sometime each week, and maybe sometimes each day. You must have time to stop eating the world's food because most of it's toxic, okay? It's sickening to your soul realm if you're not careful, if you're not strong, okay? So if you're feeling like this is too, like you're feeling depressed, you're feeling anxious about everything that's happening, and you can't get a grip on your thoughts or you need to unplug and get yourself centered spiritually. Because really, foundationally, as a human being, I am spirit, soul, and body. So my spirit must be anchored. I must be anchored to truth and love so that I can have health in my soul realm to handle everything else. So I encourage you to unplug. I encourage you to feed your spirit. I encourage you to continue to stay sober-minded. Okay? It's not going to get more quiet. The world is not going to get more quiet. I know that's what we want. It will. At some point it will. I promise. There's a glorious future for us. There is. But before that happens, it's going to get a little rocky for a while. And we must be ready for this. And I know I sound like a broken record because I've been sharing this for a while. We must be ready. We must be ready. Well, it's time. So with that said, I will be back Monday for Mind Heart Mondays, unless, of course, I feel led to come in sooner. Mind Heart Mondays. And all of our normal schedule next week that I'm aware of. And it's the start of February, so I'm very excited, actually. I feel very ready. I feel so ready for February. February is going to be a wonderful month for us. So feel free to reach out, shesrestored@gmail.com, if you're interested in having some sessions with me, just talking, sharing your heart, sharing your struggles. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in therapeutic arts. That is to say, I use the arts as medium and modalities to process pain and trauma. So if that's something you're interested in, I welcome you to reach out, shesrestored@gmail.com. And I'll be sharing more. I have a lot more to bring, and a lot of teachings coming our way. So to help us continue to become more and more strong and sound and stable and strong. I said strong twice. But yeah, that's it. Take these song messages with you. I pray that whatever revelations that you receive from them, whether by listening to them or hearing them just by their words, that you continue to pass the message to others. And of course, if you hear music prophetically in your spirit, I would love to connect with you and see what the Lord is showing, because again, I just have puzzle pieces to all of this, and I'm sharing it. Anything else? Yeah, there's much more to share, but this was sort of a flashback, I guess, for some of the older ones that I have received that are very prevalent right now, for the times that we're in. And I will be coming back with more song messages for sure, because I am getting a lot. I already got, I don't know how many in 2026 on my playlist, which, by the way, I do have a Spotify playlist, and you're welcome to go see those song messages, I should say. I think starting in 2020. Yes, 2020. I called it Punked by 2020. And it's kind of like an ode to punk music, although some of the artists on there, you'd be surprised that I put as punk, but nonetheless, I feel like they are punk. But yeah, 2020, so all the way from 2020 to 2026 is where I've been kind of documenting my song messages and keeping them very fresh for us, so I welcome you to check them out. All right, love y'all. I will be back Monday, unless I come back sooner. I hope you're doing well. I hope you are walking in the fullness, or will be walking in the fullness of your assignment, your calling, your purpose. And I'm here to encourage you in that. If you need anything, reach out. shesrestored@gmail.com. And I'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend. Love y'all.